Let me show ya, Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya, Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya, Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya, let it all hang out. DNA brings the car people out. The artistic, so gifted. African ancestry gets it. Yes, they black owned for the people. In the roots, they will find your sequel. Genetic test in the process, peaceful. Reunite, multiply with your equals. Black scientists, research it. Invest in that time, you're worth it. Experience feels so perfect. Get on the right path to your purpose. No other in the industry like this. Find your link to a tribe, precise kit. The Mende people, Mendenga, Volanta, the house. I wanna know ya, Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya, Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya, Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, Sierra Leone, gotta let me show ya, Nigeria, Bioko Island, Liberia, I wanna know ya, africanancestry.com. The pioneers in genetic tracing for black people. Since 2003, doing what no other in the industry can do. By tracing your DNA to the present day African country, ethnic group, or tribe. What better time than now to find out where you came from? Order your kit today.
Hey everybody, I want to know ya, Cameroon. My favorite part of that song is research it. You're worth it. What's up, y'all? How you doing? Samuel was the first person on tonight. Welcome, Samuel. Thank you for being here. Everybody's here. Menelik, Fancy, Avanti, the other Samuel Horton. Who else is here? Drea's here, Karen, Byron, Mary Smith. I hope you're doing well, Mary Smith. I hope you're all doing well, but I have a special well wish for Mary Smith. Wim Payandi, shout out to my girl Valerie. Please tell her I said hello. Hey, Vicky. Eddie Meeks, were y'all watching last week? Did you hear us discussing Eddie Meeks's Guinea-Bissau experience? If you didn't, you need to check the archives. Go on to our YouTube or on Facebook and check out that interview. Judge, the Honorable, soon-to-be Judge Eddie Meeks in the house. If you guys are in Gastonia County, North Carolina, or you know anybody in that county, tell them to vote for Eddie Meeks for District Court Judge District 39 or something. Vote for Eddie Meeks. Hey, Latricia, Jane Bronner's here as usual. Adrian and William, our Cafe Cubano Keys. You have the best name to me. Everybody, hey, Austin. Look, we're going to be up. Darnell Clayton. What's up, Darnell? What a delight to have met Darnell Clayton in Sierra Leone. When I tell you this brother is an African Ancestry ambassador, he holds it down. And I know a lot of you do. But I've seen it in action. This brother is no joke. He got everybody. I don't care what other test you've taken. If you talk to Darnell Clayton, he's going to get you straight. So what's up, Darnell and his lovely fiance, bride-to-be. Naware's here. Filmmaker extraordinaire. Who else is here? Marcus Stone. What y'all know about the Unapologetic Hustle? We got to get you on here, Marcus. Shout out to Marcus Stone. Please check out the Unapologetic Hustle podcast on all of the streaming services. He puts so much time and attention and research into bringing you the unique guests with different perspectives on a wide range of topics. And he's single-handedly responsible for us having a theme song. So shout out to Marcus Stone. Oh, G.R. Moore is here. Okay, everybody's here. Arnell is here. Hey, Arnell, welcome. So I'm Gina Paige, That's why I should have probably introduced myself before I start saying hello to all my friends and family. But anyway, I am the president and co-founder of africanancestry.com. And that is why I'm so hyped right now, because we are the pioneers, the first to do genetic ancestry tracing for Black people around the world. And not only are we here to help transform the way we view ourselves as Black people and the way we view Africa, but we have the special privilege of having the only Black scientists in the industry that are doing this work. And that's important because it's people who look like you, who have similar lives, similar lived experiences, who have similar lineages, similar family histories, similar values and beliefs that are doing this work on your behalf. So you don't have to worry about what are they going to do with our DNA. We destroy it because we wouldn't want our DNA to be sold and shared and all of that without recompense. That's a big word, recompense. And when we give you the information, we give it to you in a culturally competent way. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to be here with you all tonight, as I am every Wednesday, but it's not just me. It's me and my sister friend, Wendi Cherry from Jersey to Me, Awaken and Heal, over on social media. She holds us down for the production of this show. And so I always want to thank Wendi. I try to do it in the beginning now, so I don't forget at the end. So it is so good to be with you all this week. We are doing something that we don't usually do. So this week, we're doing a reveal. And I know people had some email us and call us and are like, can you please do a reveal for me? Can you please do a reveal for me? But we really only do reveals in very special circumstances or on very special occasions. And tonight is one of those very special occasions. Someone who I'm related to socially and didn't know. We have, we'll get into that, who has been following and supporting African Ancestry for many years as she helps to guide brown girls and women through life. And I'm just excited that she was open to sharing her reveal experience with all of you. I'm gonna put my glasses on because y'all been talking and I haven't been paying attention. Prince, I hear you. Okay. Yes, we are Arnell. We are for us and by about us and by us and everything else. If you have never heard me say, I love Black people and I am in the business of being Black. And that is how we operate. Those are the foundations upon which we operate. So I'm gonna bring our guest on, Marcie Thomas, so that we can get this party started. And I want y'all to have your flags ready. I want you to have your hands ready, your claps, everything. I want y'all to get ready because she needs to know how we welcome family into the family when they get the results. Hey, Marcie.
Hey, how you doing? Good to be here.
Thank you. And I'm loving your shirt. You're made
Thank you. Yeah. I'll have to get another one here shortly, but I figure I start out with this one from African Ancestry. Yes.
You are made of all of that and everything special. So Marcie, I in full disclosure, you guys, I have to tell you, when Marcie came on backstage, she was looking so beautiful. I was like, I think I need to step my game up. So thanks to Marcie, you guys got some red lipstick today. Marcie, you look gorgeous. And
Thank you.
I didn't know until recently that we were connected, but we're connected through my Aunt Faye.
Right, absolutely.
Other aunts too, all of my Girl Trek aunts. So can you talk about how you and Faye met and what that connection is, the basis of that connection?
Sure. Several years ago on Brown Girl Collective, which is my site that I run for bold, beautiful, and brilliant Black women, but our skin is brown, that henceforth brown girls. Faye, your Aunt Faye was following me on Twitter, and she had liked something or retweeted something, and I looked at her tagline. It said Faye Treks, and I'm like, well, what in the world is Treks? Because I didn't know about Girl Trek at the time. So once I saw it, it was like, oh wow, let me go see what this is all about. And I've always been a person who enjoyed walking, so I hooked up with Girl Trek, and not too much longer after that, I'm hooked up with the founders of Girl Trek, and we were out in Colorado for a training for what used to be city captains. And that's when I met your lovely aunt for the very first time, Faye. So that's the connection. And then later on, I met your Aunt Susie. So I know those two at least. And actually earlier this year, I did something with Faye on the Dr. Jerome show. So I've met Dad too. I've met Dad too. So we're in no matter what.
Right. You just never know. And I wanted you to share that story so people can see how we're all connected. And it's because we support organizations. It's because you supported Girl Trek, and which was directly aligned with your personal and professional focus,
right,
which we're going to get to. But I just, there are no strangers in this
right
community.
Right.
And so I wanted to make sure that we shouted out Girl Trek. And
yes, Girl Trek and Faye Paige Edwards, my lovely friend, your auntie.
Yes. So let's talk about Brown Girl Collective. First of all, you got the best name out there.
Thank you.
The best name. Can you tell us exactly what you do? Everybody, and while she's talking, please Google Brown Girl Collective. Wendy's gonna put the handles up. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically Brown Girl, actually next month it'll be 12 years old. So so 12 years ago, I will make a long story short, but 12 years ago, I was just really looking for some type of way to connect with Black women and something that just talked about us in a very positive way. And so initially it set out to be like a private community, like you see a lot of the groups and stuff like that. And it started that way. And I went to Facebook to try to promote the private community. But I found that in doing that, people just kept coming back to Facebook. So what I would do, I would share things about Black women historically. Every day there would be like historical facts or, who's celebrating today. I had women come in and share their stories or, talk about things going on with their daughters and stuff like that. And organically over the years, it grew to an audience of over, about 492,000 right now.
Wow.
And that's just from sharing information and talking about us in a positive light, because I just feel like there are so many ways that, we'll talk about, who's doing what with whom or, a lot of gossipy type stuff. But that's something that I really look to steer away from and focus on the things that do talk about our boldness, our brilliance, and our beauty.
I love that because we are bold, brilliant, and beautiful.
Absolutely.
And how have the conversations changed over 12 years, if at all? Because, that's a long time. And right now we're in the thick of this Black Pride Renaissance and Black Girl Magic and all this and that. But we had Black Girl Magic. We've had Black Girl Magic for thousands and thousands.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Have your conversations changed at all?
Not so much in terms of just the sharing of the content, but one thing that I have done more recently, like last year, it was still a lot of sharing of information. I wanted to have ways to just really connect with people on a more one-on-one basis. So what I did last year when everybody was on lockdown, I started a book club. So, and it's been virtual, and it's been really great because I've had the opportunity to bring on a lot of authors, all Black women authors, and they come on, I interview them, we talk about their books. And just a couple nights ago, we were doing one through Zoom, and I felt good because one of the ladies had said, I really wasn't reading as much, or I didn't know about all these Black women authors. And now I do. So now it's not just about sharing historical facts that people can take and share and all that. That's great. But also having people who can come on and talk about their creativity and tell their stories and share their work, and then have others enjoy that. Because one of the ladies in the book club, I felt so proud because she was referring back to books we had read before. Remember when you had that person? Remember when you had that person? So that's just one thing. And then also a couple of months ago, I started something called Live Well Sister, which is an extension of that. Because one of the things, yes, we know Black women, we are bold, we are brilliant, we are beautiful on the surface, but sometimes there may be things going on behind the scenes that we aren't feeling that way as much. So that particular show, that's more or less to talk about whether it's mental health or to talk about our relationships with family members, our relationships with ourselves, and just learning how to enjoy life. So not so much that the conversation has changed in as much as I just felt the need to branch out and add a little more meat to the bone. You know, because it's good to know who does what, but how can I be down? How can I get there? How can I, be better in all these different areas of my life? So that's kind of where we're going right now.
I love that. It must be very fulfilling
to
have those conversations. I mean, I get excited on Wednesdays when people are chiming in, during the Facebook Lives, and the familiarity that we have developed with one another virtually around a common perspective.
Absolutely.
Fulfilling. So let's switch gears, because you've been focused on sharing our history for 12 years, specifically the history of as it relates to brown girls. What made you decide to take an African ancestry test?
Well, it's something I've been following y'all, stalking you all for a while. Now, this is even before I knew that Faye was your aunt.
Okay.
But just, it's something that always interested me, just to find out, who I am, where my people come from, because, the reality of it is so much of our history has been lost. And, of course, I did my mom's line, and I know my mom. Of course, I knew my grandmother. I remember my great grandmother from when I was a little girl. But overall, my mom's part of the family is really kind of small. So it's just like, for me, doing this is a way to not only honor my mom while she's here and she can know more of her history, but also just to feel a stronger connection or an even bigger family. Okay. Than what I may have had in actuality. So that's why I wanted to do it. And now I just decided this was the time.
How have you traveled to the continent?
Not yet. I'm supposed to be going next year with someone else that we both know, Ashley Company of Jelani Women. I'll be going to Kenya though. So I know that, yes, the other side, but I am planning to go next year. So.
And what made you choose Kenya?
I don't know. It's something about Kenya. It just seemed different. It's a different part of the world. Just some of the things like Tanzania. I know she also goes there to see the beaches and things like that. And right now, I actually have a friend who's doing she is doing mission work over there. So I've been watching a lot of the stuff that she has going on. I said, maybe I'll try that out first, and then, of course, branch out from there.
Nice. So everybody, if you're just joining us, I'm Gina Paige. I'm the president and co-founder of africanancestry.com. And this is my cousin, Marcie Thomas of the Brown Girl Collective. And we're here to celebrate bold, brilliant, and beautiful women.
Right.
Brown women. And those bold, brilliant, and beautiful brown women that were part of Marcy's maternal line. So Marcy took the African Ancestry matriculated test. I want to see give me some fists. Give me some fists in the comments if you've taken a matriculated test. I want to see who on here has traced their maternal roots. So the matriculated test can be taken by a man or a woman. Anybody can take the matriculated test. And it looks at DNA. It isolates DNA that you've inherited only from your mother. So Marcy, you have all of this DNA in your body. Mm-hmm. Half of it came from your mother, half of it came from your father, and it all mixed together, except for this one little piece. There's this one little piece called mitochondrial DNA. It didn't mix. I'm seeing all these fists. So all these people know that mitochondrial DNA is maternally inherited. So that means that you have the same mitochondrial DNA as your mother and as your aunt Jennifer, right? And then they got it. It didn't change at all. They got it from your grandmother. And she and her brothers and sisters got it from your great grandmother. And she got it from her mother. So we can go back thousands of years and you have the exact same mitochondrial DNA as all of those women.
Wow.
And I love the matriclan test because anybody can take it, first of all.
Right.
There's a 92% chance that it'll come back African. So we never can guarantee that it's going to be African. We don't know what your ancestors were doing, girl. So, some 92 out of 100 people get an African result, and then 8 out of 100 people do not. It might be European, or it might be Native American, or Asian, or whatever. But the other thing about the matriclan test is it's the mitochondrial DNA that provides the energy for every cell in our body. Our cells would not function without the power of the mitochondrial DNA. And so we literally, biologically, genetically, would not be able to function without all of those mothers that came before us.
Wow.
And we've been disconnected, right? You knew who your great grandmother was, but you lost some of the power because you didn't know any of the ones who came before her. And you certainly don't know where in Africa that power source lies. And so when you took the matriclan test, we're plugging you back into that power. We're reconnecting you to your source. And I'm excited. So where do you all think that she's from? Any guesses? I saw somebody say,
somebody said Cameroon.
Cameroon. Okay. Shout out to Aunt Faye who's in here. Where else do you guys think she might be from? Did you see your mom on here?
I don't see her right now. For some reason, I was having some difficulty when I was trying to share it out, but I'll definitely do it. You know, she should be in here though, because she knows.
Okay. Maybe she's okay. So I'm seeing all kinds of guesses. We got Cameroon, we got Nigeria, we got Ghana. Any more guesses before I bring up the answer? What about you, Marcy?
I don't know. For some reason, Senegal is in my head because of where my mom's people were. She grew up and was born and raised in southern Georgia and outside of Savannah areas. And I know that there were a lot of the enslaved people who wound up in that area. So that's what's in my head. But
okay. Listen, it's your roots. So I'll go by your gut before I go by anybody else's gut. This is a good Abby said Senegal. We got some Sierra Leones in here. We got Guinea-Bissau in here. So, all right. You ready to find out?
I'm ready. You're like,
I'm going to pull up your ancestry. Antoinette says the Bamileke people living in Cameroon today. So, Marcy, we did find your ancestry in Africa. We would not be doing this reveal if your results were
Great Britain, like what?
Well, there you go. It's African. But unlike the other companies, we're not telling you that you're African. You already know that. What we are here to tell you, Marcy, is that you share ancestry with the Mende people living in Sierra Leone today.
All right.
And the Mende are part of the same language family as people living in Senegal.
Oh.
And Senegal is very close. So here's Sierra Leone. This is Senegal. So at one point, this was all one region, right? All of these borders are artificially and politically drawn. And so you are connected to the Mandinka people in Senegal through the language family, the Mandi language family. So let's talk. Do you know anything about Sierra Leone?
Not a whole lot. I know you were there recently. I know that there's opportunity for citizenship. So like, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you know the most important thing.
Like,
I know that's right. So in Sierra Leone, we had the best time, and I learned so much about Sierra Leone. One of the places, one of the reasons, so you said your mother's people are from Georgia.
right.
Right. And we find Sierra Leonean ancestry in South Carolina and the Georgia Sea Islands, because this is where there were so many rice plantations. And so people from Sierra Leone, scholars, judges, healers, traders, all kinds of people were stolen from Sierra Leone for their ability to farm rice.
Wow.
And so it wasn't a random distribution of people. Rice farmers went to the rice plantations. And so if you are to travel or were to travel to South Carolina, particularly, the Gullah Geechee culture, Hilton Head, and all in that area, the islands, there's so much retention there, cultural retention of language, music, basket weaving, the foods. And so I want to encourage you there. You're getting all kinds of welcomes here. We got.
Oh, yes. And actually, I lived in that area for like 12 years, and my mom is still down there. So it's like, yes.
So you know, then I'm not
yes.
telling you, you already know. But I wanted to pull out one thing in particular, and I hope I can get this to work because of the work that you do as part of the, not as part of, but the work that you do in having created the Brown Girl Collective. They have the Mende people have what are called secret societies. And these societies are groups of women. It's called the Sandy Society. And they basically bring up girls to become women. They initiate girls into womanhood.
Wow.
So I can only imagine that part of that process involves teaching them history, having the embrace of all of the women of the community, of the collective, right? The history and the wisdom of the elders and of those who came, those brown women who came before them. And the elder of the society is known as the Sowe. And so the Sowe wears this wooden mask, and I had it all teed up, but I'm gonna find it. The Sowe wears this wooden mask, and it's the only mask worn by women ceremoniously on the continent. That's what I've been taught. And so I wanted to share with you, we went to a Mende village when we were in Sierra Leone, and we were welcomed by members of this society. And so I want to share with you this video of a Sowe in the, here we go. Stop sharing. How do you feel?
I feel great. You see I'm like, cheese. I'm so excited, because, I'm just excited because I've always wanted to know, and now to have some knowledge with, specificity and be able to, make some choices and do some things. And I see I got lots of cousins out here.
Yeah, so one of the things I want to encourage you is to go to the online community, because in the online community, as you know, online communities, ours is still private. It's exclusively for the benefit of people who've taken the test. So people are in there sharing all sorts of resources and information about the Mende and your Temini cousins and your Limba cousins and Sierra Leone in general. So let me play this video. You can see the woman, you can see that wooden mask there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Soe. I have another, this might be a better view. Let's see. I'm gonna be really good at this sharing. Okay, let me do this one. Uh-oh. Is this the one I just showed? No.
Looks like it might.
Oh, no, that's the one I just showed. Hold on. No, this is
a little different.
Good thing we're family.
Right, we're family.
I'll make sure she turns around so you can, that's the same one. Okay. But anyway, so you can see the people of the village came out to welcome everybody. Wendi was there, and it was just such a powerful thing to actually see the things that we've read about or that we've been told, and everybody gets into the action.
Yeah.
So this was in the village of Moyamba in Sierra Leone. So
okay.
I am just so excited for you that you now can connect to all of your cousins. I see in the chat, and once you have whet your appetite for African travel, having gone to Kenya, then you can come with us on an African Ancestry family reunion to Sierra Leone. As you mentioned, the country now offers citizenship.
Yes.
And citizenship is only given to people who are Sierra Leonean descendants. But for example, the Lebanese community that's been in Sierra Leone for generations, they can't get citizenship.
Okay.
Because they're not considered descendants of Sierra Leone. But you, as the daughter of a daughter of a daughter of a daughter of a daughter of Sierra Leone, because you know this genetically, you are part of a very special group of people that can claim Sierra Leone as your homeland.
Well, I'm excited about that, so I can get my dual citizenship.
Exactly. And what would you do with your dual citizenship?
I don't know. Just the opportunity to say, you know what? I can live here and go home.
Right. Well, what I find another benefit of having West African citizenship is that you can travel freely throughout other West African countries without a visa.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, not only does your world expand in terms of your ability to travel freely to Sierra Leone, but then once you're there, you can travel freely to other countries as well.
Oh, that sounds great. I'm excited.
What do you think your mom's going to say?
She'll be happy. She'll probably be cheesing like me. Just to know, because I mean, it is something that just gives you like, okay, these are my roots. So this is something, as I've been studying just history of Black women in general, now I can dig deeper and learn about the people, the Mende people, and know that those people are my people. And, as we said, connect within the community and meet people here, just an expansion of family. So I know one thing we talked a little earlier, I am an only child. So, now I got some brothers and sisters and some more cousins and everything. So I'm excited about that.
Yes. I like to say that we only children are the oldest, the youngest, and the favorite.
Exactly.
That's it. Well, I want to thank you so much, Marcy, for sharing this experience with your new family. I want to officially welcome you to the African Ancestry family, and shout out to everybody in the chat who is African Ancestry family. This is a special group of people.
Yes.
Not everybody knows where they're from. Not everybody even understands why it's important to know where you're from. Why do you think it's important to know where you're from, Marcy?
I just feel like, I don't know, you know, we live here and there's always been so many ways that people try to strip our identity away from us. But when you know where you come from, for me right now, I just feel, you see, I haven't stopped cheesing. I just feel a sense of pride in knowing that this is where I'm from and this is something that I can connect to. And, you know, where someone else can say, oh, I'm Italian or I'm this or I'm that. I'm like, well, I am Sierra Leone. And make sure I'm saying it correctly.
Yes. And you are Wendi, even more than that.
Yeah, even more specific. Like, I am Mende Marcy. That is who I am. So.
New handle, yes.
Nobody
has that one.
So yeah, so for me, it's so much, you know, just to know that. And when you were talking about, you know, the women and their connection to, you know, bring up the girls, I have a tissue here just in case. I'm like, okay, because that just some of the things that I've always had an affinity for, even as a young girl. I was the young girl who always liked to mentor younger girls. So for me, it's something that's been a part of my entire life journey. So now it's like, okay, I get it. It's a part of me. It's a part of who I am. So that feels really good. So I guess next I have to get one of my cousins or my aunts on my dad's side to figure out where they come from.
Yes, and I think that you hit the nail right on the head, because if you trace your other grandmother's line, that gives you a great chance of getting an African result. And it, again, it just opens up how you can view yourself and how you can view the women in your family and the contributions that they've made to the family and to society. There's a place for it now. There's a way for you to put it into a context so that you re-plug into that power. Like, I keep coming back to that. And, you know, we are partnering with the Monuments and Relics Commission, which is a part of the Ministry of Tourism of Sierra Leone. They actually have heritage clubs, after school programs that are heritage clubs. And so I'm going to be sending out an email to all you Sierra Leoneans, all you Mende and Temini and Limba folks to support that program, because, you know, part of our challenge, it's a problem, I'm gonna call it what it is. Part of our problem is that we here do not learn about our history. Right. Before that very short period in our entire timeline of history, which is enslavement. Right. And so whatever we do learn, in most cases about Africa, is very stereotypical. It's not right. And it has limited our ability to reconnect. Well, the kids over there, they're not learning about that part of our history from slavery to today. So they don't know what we have endured. They don't understand that we are their cousins. They can't see the fullness of who we are. And so these heritage clubs help to teach the kids not just about history, the history of Sierra Leone, but the history of Black people around the world. And I think that's something that we should all support. And, you know, it doesn't take much to change the lives of young people living in Sierra Leone, or help to influence the lives of young people in Sierra Leone. So I want you all to be on the lookout for that email. Make sure you all open that email when you get an email from me. But Marcy, I want to thank you for being with us today. You've given me a gift because this is the very best part of what I do, is being able to meet people and share their results with them. And you've given our viewers a gift as well. And so as a gift, I'm going to send you and your mom Sierra Leone t-shirts. So don't hang up when we end the podcast. Don't go away, so you can give us the sizes. Okay,
sounds great.
Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Listen, don't forget to go to Brown Girl Collective on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. She is doing it over there with hundreds of thousands of brown girls, and we have to support this work. Next week, we have just a special guest as Marcy. We have the former ambassador of the African Union to the diaspora, Her Excellency Dr. Arikana Chiambori-Kwao. And if you all don't know about her, you need to Google her and then come on Facebook Live or YouTube Live next week, because she is a powerhouse. She is going to be talking to us about what will it take for Africa to be free. We're talking about freedom and identity this month. We got Juneteenth coming up. But what is it going to take for Africa to be free? And so if you have some ideas about that, I want you to make sure that you tune in next Wednesday, June 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and on Facebook, so that you can join in the conversation with this incredible woman. I can't wait. I am over the moon that she actually agreed to come spend some time with us and to talk with us also about a new organization that she started post leaving the African Union. In fact, if you guys may have heard of her, she put the president, she put France on blast, basically. And called them to the carpet on the impact of their colonial practices. And word on the street is that is what had her removed from her position as an ambassador at the African Union, because she's not scared of the colonial powers. She is here for African people around the world, and that is her mission, to stand up for us and to make sure that we are free. So tune in next week. Join me for that. And for all of you who are waiting for your results, I know you're excited. We're excited. Please keep coming back so you can let us know where you're from. You can put up your flags. And for those of you who got your results this week, welcome to the African Ancestry family. Now, depending on your perspective, you may think the pandemic is over. I don't know. I'm not going to get into those politics. What I'm going to say is, please continue to be safe. I'm still wearing my mask. I'm still social distancing. But even as important, please continue to support your mental health, right, Marcy?
Yes.
And the mental health of those you love, and continue to support your immune system. I believe that's why we're here and we're healthy, because we focused on taking care of ourselves to protect ourselves from during this pandemic. Right. So until we meet again, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be whole. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.